Okay, we just received this from Amazon here. Just picked it up from the post office. So we are going to unbox this and put it together. And let's spread it out here. So that's it for that box. Here's our shelves. The wire is a little more flimsy than I had hoped. However, given the price here and what I'm planning on doing with it, this should work out fine. Mostly it's going to be small seed trays. So I'm going to set this right here. And we have an instruction sheet. Large straight holes here. We have small straight holes here. I'm guessing shelf brackets here. We'll see them in a moment. Another hardware bag here. These would be the wheels or casters. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. Oops. We have 2 poles, which are going to be our arches for the top. Some wire ties here. Bag of silica. And this would be our vinyl cover to help keep the moisture in. So I'm not going to unfold this just yet. Let me set this aside. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is build each shelf. So we need 3 of the large rods to go into the shelf here. Another one. Other side. There you go. That wasn't quite lined up first time I did it, which is why it was tough going in. So this is one. We have 4 of these to build, so I'm going to go ahead and build them out real quick. Okay, those are built. We still have 2 left over, and those 2 will be used for the top piece here, so we'll see those in a moment. The next step is to go ahead and put these together. And shove everything aside here. We will have a bottom. 4 posts in. And we just build it up. And let me tilt us up here just a little bit as we're moving up. And we'll tilt a little more. Okay, that's it as far as shelves that go on. The two extra pieces that we have here, we put on like so. And one thing to make sure of, I should have said this earlier on, you'll notice the holes here, make sure that they are always facing the inside, kind of have to be when you're putting these poles in, but on the upper piece here, you could put it in backwards and you'll have to go in and fix it up later. So make sure that the flat side is facing outside and the holes are facing towards the inside. Now okay, so we go this way. So now we go in like this. If you were going to have casters, now is the time to put them on. And you'll notice there are 2 locking casters and 2 non-locking casters. And make sure you put the locking casters on the front side, or whatever you're going to call the front side, so that you can actually have access to it. And let me go ahead and move this back down. Easier for me just to tip it up. And they just simply push in. And now we put the shelves on. So the wire shelves has one end that's a little bit angled and shorter than the other, and this one is longer. And the directions don't really say which end to put which direction. So I'm just going to make sure I'm consistent, and I'll figure out later which end I can flip it around if need be. One other item here. Actually, 2 other items here. With the shelves, go ahead and use the green wire ties that are supplied to hold the shelves on. You just wrap it around the pole and the wire shelf that will hold them on. I'll do that in a moment. And there is a rod here. And the rod goes on the very top between the 2 A-frames here, if you will. And that's just to help hold the PVC up, to not put too much stress there. And the next step would be to put the PVC on, but before I do that, I'm going to put the wire ties on. Okay, on the wire ties, I initially started out with, on the front, I did 2. I did 1 on each side, and then I realized I don't have enough here. So what they intended, they gave you enough to do 1 on the front and 1 on the back on each level. There's 8 wire ties, and that's that. So I'm missing 1 on the bottom because I used 2 here when I first started. I have extra over in the shop, but hopefully you'll catch this part before you put yours together and not make the same mistake I did. Also, I will come back with a pair of wire snips, which I don't have with me, and I'll cut off the ends here because little ends like that bug me. Okay, let's open this up. And there is a zipper door here, and I want that on the front. And I can tell the front by where my wire stops, or not wire stops, where my wheel stops are on the bottom. So I want the wheel stop facing the front. And let's see how we can do this. I'm gonna go up and over, put it over my head like this. Don't suffocate, please. Okay, that's as high as we'll go. Let me back up. So I can roll this up. As a matter of fact, probably don't die because I'm going to need it rolled up for a while. So this is my door that will hold the humidity in for me. And if you'll notice, there's green ties up here on the outside and on the inside. So we will tie these together. And that's the best I can do, tying a bow with my fat fingers here. Okay, there's also ties down here on the bottom. Let me move us down. Sorry for the shakes there. Right here, there's on this side, or on this side, in the front and the back, and on the other side as well. And over here, we will go ahead and tie a bow just to secure it there. And we'll do that on all four of them all the way around. Okay, here's an update on my little mini in-house greenhouse thing. You can see it's kind of leaning back here. And I discovered that what happened is the wheels on the back broke off. So just snapped right out of here. Actually, that one's not even snapped. It just somehow broke off. Actually, on my electric, I'm gonna have to watch that. On the other side, it is broken off. And I don't think I can get in there to show you that, but that one snapped right off there. So if you're gonna do anything with water, so I had the mason jars on the bottom. These are still here with water in it, so that adds a little bit of weight. And then I had normal soil trays up here on the top, and it took a couple of weeks, but it actually just over time it just went ahead and snapped on me. So don't have that much weight on it if you're going to use the wheels. I wanted wheels to move this around, but at this point I'm going to have to take them off. So I'll go ahead and take them off and see if it levels this thing up. So I figured I would show you this in action here. So down underneath I have some Kratky hydroponics in mason jars, and I also have some Kratky hydroponics up here in, I think these are 13 by 8 or 13 by 11 pans. I forget the exact size, but anyhow, it fills up a whole one. And there's water in here, and you can see the roots on that. So I will be doing separate videos on the hydroponics that I'm doing here. And then up here I have seed starting trays. These aren't planted yet, but I have the tops on, plus I can put this front down just to keep the humidity in and keep the soil moist and ready to go. I'll be planting these in the next week or so. Let me show you one more thing. So I have lights attached right here up underneath. They are 2-foot lights, and they are the Barina brand. And I have 4-footers right here on this 4-foot shelf. These are specifically 2-footers, and I have 3 of them going across on each shelf, and this one right here will give me an additional 3 here and then up above. So each shelf will have 3 lights. So I will be doing an unboxing and install on these later on, probably this month, because when I plant these out, which I'll be doing next week, I'll have to have lights on these levels. So look for that in the show notes. And anything else here, I think that's about it for right now. So if you're interested in this, please check out the show notes for the Amazon link. And we are an Amazon affiliate, so we do get a little bit of a very small percentage if you do purchase it there, just to let you know that. And thank you very much for tuning in, and have a wonderful day.